scientist, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being on this stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today. We are now live on all our social platforms. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram. Hello to all my Instagramites. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section right there, and I will get all of your questions answered. We are live on Twitch, and we are live on LinkedIn, as well as my favorite, YouTube. Now, I know it's been a while. It's been a long while since my wife and I have been live on these platforms. And that's a good reason why I am going live today. I'm going to tell you exactly why in a minute. But what I need to know is, how are you guys doing? What are you doing? Give me some thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. I want to make sure you are able to get the audio. I want to make sure you are able to hear the actual, see the actual video. I want to make sure you are doing fine. So hit me with some likes, hit me with some hearts. I want to know that you can see my ugly mug here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you on Facebook. Thank you on YouTube. Thank you on Twitch, Instagram, all of the places. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep them coming. Where are you coming from? Are you in Baltimore? Are you in PG County, Washington, D.C., Ohio, Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles, Florida? Are you in the house? Let me know where you're coming from. This session is all about asking your questions and giving you answers for those questions that you may have for and or regarding real estate investing. And that's exactly what I am here to do for you today. So personally, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get this thing started. Now, there's a good reason why I am live right now. And the main reason behind that is, one, there was a little bit of confusion. A lot of you are asking my wife and I, well, Charles, was there or is there a meetup event this month? And Meetup unfortunately sent out a bunch of emails telling you guys that there is a meetup event when there wasn't. So I definitely apologize for the misunderstanding, but we will be doing live events soon. There is no doubt about that. So definitely keep that in mind. It will be happening soon. And we will also be doing live in-person events at different properties that we're working on, also different properties that my mastermind students are working on. So you will have the opportunity to see us going through properties that we have from various stages, various strategies. You guys know that I'm that guy that love talking about being a transaction engineer. So definitely look forward to what's going on in transaction engineering and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get your questions answered. If you have any questions right now, you can post them in the chat box. We will definitely get to them in order. And I've also have several questions that was emailed to me from the emails that went out, as well as questions from everybody in the different groups on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you may be watching this stream from. First question is, Mad Scientists, what is subject to investing? Now, I love subject to investing. As a matter of fact, I think we've done a total of, was maybe 2, 3 deals this month that have all been subject to. And there's different ways in which the term subject to is being used. Traditional subject to deal is where you're actually get the deed. The property is put into a land trust, and through that trust, you are actually named the beneficiary interest of the trust, and you are actually on title, and the owner is actually on the mortgage. So that's what you would call the typical, or should I say, the best way that subject to is explained, and or the way people typically say subject to is structured. Now, subject to could also mean you just basically taking over payments by way of a wrap, or by way of a lien being put on a property, or by way of a wraparound, or I already said wraparound mortgage, or by way of a mechanics lien. So there's a number of ways that you could set up and do a subject to. The benefit of doing it is, one, if you are the investor, you don't have to qualify for a loan. You already are on that actual individual who already qualified and did all the work. Two, you're not responsible to that point of that loan because of the fact that you are just on the deed, and the seller, or should I say the previous owner of the property, is on the mortgage. Another benefit of that is that it's not based on any type of credit. You can typically come into subject to deals with very little to no money out of pocket. We've done a couple of them where the properties were, more than a couple actually, where the properties were in moving condition, and we didn't have to, put up money that revolved around the repair cost or any of that kind of things. The benefit to the actual seller is the fact that they can move on from that property that they can no longer afford to pay. They can go and rent another property, or depending on their credit situation, they can go and try to buy another property. But it relieves them from that mortgage payment of that albatross around their neck that property could be causing. So there's a great opportunity for investors right now to really jump into doing subject twos. Now, once again, let me know, guys, if you can hear me, if you are hearing me loud and clear, in the comment box on Facebook, in the comment box on YouTube, Instagram, and so on. Just say, Mad Scientist, we can hear you. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the box. D, thank you. Rick Ray, how do you vet your potential buyers? Rick has another question. The question is, how do you vet your potential buyers? Good question, Rick. The way we typically vet our buyers is that, one, we will question that buyer and ask them in regards to what properties have you rehabbed or done in the last 6, 3, 9, 12 months. So we'll get the actual properties that they've purchased in the last year and find out exactly where those properties are located at and so on. We also ask some questions in regards to the actual zip codes or cities or states that they're interested in investing in. Some investors are nationwide now. Some investors are doing virtual investing, or they're maybe designated for a particular area. So that's how we typically vet our buyers. We also find out what type of financing they're going to be using. Are they going to be using cash financing? Are they going to be using the IRA? Are they going to be using private financing? Are they going to be using or try to use some type of construction loan or mortgage broker financing? So these are all important questions that you want to ask the sellers, or should I say the buyers, who you are going to put on your buyers list to start marketing to. The most important is the type of deals they're interested in. They want single family townhouses, land, mobile home parks. What exactly are they buying? And do they have a range in regards to a price range, asking price, or should I say the actual price they want to get in at? And then what they're looking max wise to get out at. So you want to have all these questions answered or all these questions covered when you are vetting your buyers to be on your buyers list. Great question, Rick. Thank you. Sean, thank you for being on the broadcast. Troy, thank you for being on the broadcast. Michael, thank you for being on the broadcast. Reggie, thank you for being on the broadcast. Ern, thank you for being on the broadcast. Chloe, or should I say Chloe, thank you for being on the broadcast. I appreciate all of you guys spending a Saturday morning with my wife and I on this broadcast. Now, question comes from Lee. What is you using for texting? What am I using for texting? Guys, you know that we do a lot of texting, along with ringless voicemail and cold calling. I think, as a matter of fact, in the last 30 days alone, I think we probably sent out something like 40 to 50,000 text messages, over 28,000 cold calls in the last 30 days alone. And what we're using to accomplish this, and that we've been using probably for the last 9-10 months, and this is actually something, excuse me for a minute, this is actually something that my mastermind students are using as well as a couple of my consulting clients are using this as well. It's called REI Reply. And I do have an affiliate account. You can go to madreireply.com. It's a great tool. We use it for texting. We use it for ringless voice messaging. We also use it for emailing through the actual system itself. It even has a built-in cold calling dialer inside of it. It also has Facebook bot technology built inside of it. It also has the ability to build landing pages and a real estate investor website all inside this one platform. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, if it can do all of that, it must cost an arm and a leg. No, it really doesn't. REI Reply only costs, check this out, it only costs $49. That's right, just $49. As a matter of fact, let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to go to the REI Reply website right here and show you guys what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It's able to do actually what they say on the website, which is true. You can do leads flow, leads reply. It has the actual CRM built in where you can actually move your deals through the process and see where the deals are at. So it has somewhat of a CRM built into it. It also has the capability of integrating with all of these tools, CallRail, ClickFunnels, and so on. It has all the actual replacement, of all of these tools built in. You don't need to have a CallRail. You don't need to have a ClickFunnels. You don't need to have a mini chat. You don't need to have a Carrot website. All of those tools are built right inside of this one platform. Now, they break down and tell you exactly how many tools it replaces. It can replace Lead Sherpa, that's $500 a month. It can replace On Carrot, which is $99 a month. It can replace CallRail, which is $95 a month. It can replace Pipedrive, which is $59 a month. Slide Broadcast, $100 a month. Scipio, $99 a month. So you can replace all of these tools just by paying $49. I mean, Instagram, you heard me correct. $49 can replace all of those tools. It is one of the most powerful platforms out there for your marketing. And that's what we're using my mastermind students and also a lot of our people that are doing this business from our consulting clients on down. Now, I want to know exactly what are you doing right now? What tools are you using for skip tracing? What tools are you using for marketing your business, ringless voice message? What tools are you using? Put it in the comment section. What tools are you using for text messaging? Put it in the comment section. Next question comes from Joanne. Can you touch a little bit on YouTube? Well, yes. For those of you who know, I love YouTube marketing. I love it. And the reason behind it is that video is probably, and let me correct that. Video is the number one way that people are communicating and getting their information online. Whether it's through your mobile device, which is the number one source for watching videos, whether it's on your desktop or whether it's on your tablet, the most consumed content comes from video, which makes it even more obvious that you, every last one of us should be using video in our business. Every last one of us. And if you are not, you are definitely at a disadvantage from the person that is using video. Sean, thank you for being on the broadcast. Sean said he's connected investors. So, why do I love video so much? Well, I just gave you that reason. Now, the key is that video will allow you to be everywhere, especially if you are aggregating those videos. Now, what do I mean by that? If you are aggregating the video content, which means you are, for example, you have different styles or form of video. You have what's called talking heads. You have what's called spokesmodel. You have what's called the typical PowerPoint slide over dub video. So depending on the type of video you have, if you create a long form video, which is a video that could be anywhere from 15 minutes or longer, you could easily chop that video up and make smaller videos for Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on. So now, you as that person, you as that individual can now be everywhere from one piece of content that you've chopped up into many pieces of content. When you chop that content up, you're going to tell people who's watching that content, rather it's through your description or through text on the video or some type of overlay on the video, how they can watch the whole video or how they can find out more about you. So you're taking that person from that video and you're introducing them to your brand, your business, your widget. And that's one of the ways in which you can be everywhere. You're able to take that video, chop it up, post it to all your social sites, and have content for a month in advance just from one piece of video. And that's what we do. A lot of the videos that you see my company, my wife and I are putting out from Chucky Buy Lucky Houses, whether it's from the Real Deal Meetup or Real Deal Meetup Mastermind, are videos that was created a week or two ago, maybe even longer. And we've had my videographer developer basically cut that video up and make mini clips out of. The main clip we will put on YouTube, and the smaller clips we will put on all the other social sites. Because it's true that video consumption is very light when it comes to social sites. How light is it? Well, you should be making videos on the social sites about 2 to 3 minutes at the longest. You already know with TikTok and Instagram, you're looking at 60 seconds, 30 seconds, even 15-second videos. So you got to get your point straight to the actual mind of the individuals who are going to consume it, and make sure you have your call to action all delivered in 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now, I'll give you an example of how we've done this. We recently did a video that was an hour long. It talks about leads, 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 and more leads. We took that one video clip and we made 40 mini clips from it. And there's a program that you can use out there to do this. That program is called Content Fries. And I'm going to take you guys to it. It's a web-based program. I'm going to take you guys to it right now. This is Content Fries, and it will allow you to take that one piece of content, long form content, and cut it and make 20, 30, 40 pieces of content. Not only that, it will allow you to create progress bars on the content. You can put images on your actual video. You can create different templates and so on, all inside of this one platform. So you've seen these style videos that I'm talking about, and you've seen us using these style videos. So you can also have your transcripts on the actual content, have little watermarks and also images on the content, all from this one platform. So now you can be everywhere. I mean, that's one of my hashtags. Hashtags be everywhere. And the reason why you want to be everywhere is because you need to make sure that you are touching your sellers, your consumers, your lenders, your contractors, whomever you're doing business with, wherever they may be. And video is the best way to do it. And Content Fries is a great platform that you guys can use to be everywhere. Now, they're offering a lifetime membership. Check this out. Lifetime use with all of these features. And like I said, the name of it is Content Fries. The website is contentfries.com. You can get a lifetime membership of this app for just $139. Not ever pay again. You don't have to ever pay again. And this will take your video marketing to a whole new level. Content Fries. Now, as I mentioned, I'm going to pour out every ounce of information I have in my head. All you have to do is ask the question. The next question is, Charles, do you think texting is more effective than cold calling? Man, that's a great question. Do I think texting is more effective than cold calling? Well, truth of the matter, the question you should be asking is, how many strategies should I be doing? Because I believe that you should be doing texting. I believe that you should be doing cold calling. I believe that you should be doing RVMs. I believe that you should be doing emails. I believe you should be doing it all. Plain and simple. But to answer your question, you're going to get a stronger conversion from the cold calling because texting is meant to get your foot in the door. So when you text somebody, you're going to get that person to say, yes, I want to sell. Then you take that conversation to the phone, talking to them about their property, talking to them about getting more information, and so on and so on and so on. So texting is not the end of the road. Texting is the beginning of the close. Cold calling takes you further because I want you to think about something. How many of you have ever had a full deal closure happen only on text, where through the whole deal, you just text from beginning to close? It has never happened for me. I'm going to tell you right now, I have never closed somebody from a text. I've opened the conversational gates from a text and then took that person to the next level, either visiting the property or getting them on the phone to close the deal, then docu-signing or emailing contracts over, and so on and so on and so on. But I've never closed a deal simply by text. So that question and the answer to your question is cold calling is definitely, in my opinion, better because of the nature of people trust and building that rapport. Great question. Daniel, welcome to the broadcast, my friend. Hey, Charles, is a $49 a month or just a one-time payment? Daniel, $49 a month is REI Reply. It's a month, so there is a recurring payment of $49 per month. And if you're going to sign up, my friend, definitely use my link at madreireply.com. That's MADREI reply.com. Now, you may be hearing some noise in the background. That's because we have people cutting the grass, and all of that is happening right now. So I apologize for the noise that you may be hearing in the background. Let's see where other questions we may have. Instagram. How are you doing today? We're doing great. We're doing great. We are doing great. Thank you. Question is, what social sites are you using for your real estate business? We're using a number of social sites. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Periscope. So 7 different social sites. Oh, did I say YouTube? 7 or 8 different social sites are where you can find the Mad Scientist, Chucky Buy Lucky Houses, Real Deal Meetup, all of our brand names. You can find on all the social sites. Now, when you are building your brand out to these social sites, keep this in mind, that your brand should be congruent on all the social sites. In other words, it should have the same color scheme. It should have the same logo. It should have the same mission statement. It should have this. Oh, I forgot one. Clubhouse. We're also on Clubhouse as well. It should have the same branding through all your social sites as your business goes. That's very important because you want to have a cohesive brand through all of your marketing. And social media is one of the best ways to get your message out there. Next question. If you had $300, what tools would you suggest I use? If I had a $300 budget a month, what tools would I suggest? Okay, first, in fact, let me show you the tools that I would suggest. Let's go there. Boom, 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 boom. First, I would suggest Podio. And like I said, I don't give you guys anything that we are not using in my business. So if I'm going to suggest something to you, you better believe I'm using it. So I know on Instagram you guys are not able to see these websites, but take note of the name. It's Podio, Podio.com. That's the site I'm referring to. But we use Podio as our main contact relationship management system. It does everything for our business and relationship to managing the whole process in the 6 cities and states that we are in right now, which we will be expanding. Yes, just to give you guys a heads up, we will be doing a lot more virtual investing in the future, and you'll be seeing more investing videos about how we're doing it and so on. So back to what I was discussing. $300 marketing budget. Tool number one I would use to manage the business would be Podio. I would start with a free account because your budget is only $300. So if you had a larger budget, I would give you or have you set up my Podio setup that I use in my business. But since you only have a $300 marketing budget, I would have you sign up for the free account for Podio. It's free, so it doesn't cost or come against your actual budget. The next tool I would give you to use would be PropStream. And you can go to madpropertydeals.com for PropStream. That's madpropertydeals.com. PropStream is $97 a month. So now you have a remaining balance of $203 out of that $300. What will PropStream do for you? PropStream will allow you to pull motivated seller list. How many? 10,000 per month. I'm going to say it again. 10,000 leads per month. You'll be able to pull from using PropStream as your aggregator for list. That's $97 a month. Subtract that from your $300, you have a total of $203 a month. You're also able to use PropStream for pulling comps. It has nationwide property search. You can do owner contact lookup. It has a built-in rehab estimator that will allow you to estimate rehab costs from all around through different markets. The actual comparable table process in PropStream is second to none. It actually pulls comps from the multiple listing system known as MLS, all from within inside of PropStream. So all of these tools you have access to the $97 part of PropStream. You have so many different analytics. You can see where people are buying at. You can see where wholesalers are at. You can see where rehabbers are at, different trends and so on inside of this $97. And you also have a free 7-day trial. Did I mention a free 7-day trial? Cost of PropStream, $97 a month. Use my link, madpropertydeals.com. Like I mentioned, guys, I only give recommendations for tools that I'm using or tools that my mastermind students and my consulting clients are using. All in the process. Now, I love real estate. And I've just given you the basic tools so far. And you still have $203 to go with. So what would be next? Well, I would have you guys use, as I mentioned already, Mad REI Reply. $49 a month, counted against your 203, gives you a total of what? $153, $54 left. And these are all the features, all the tools in which REI Reply will replace. I've talked about this already, madreireply.com. And you still have $153 left. Next, what I would do, where I would go at, I would go with Mojo Skip Tracing. Now, now, there's a good reason why I'm saying Mojo Skip Tracing. Because of your budget. Your budget is, as what you mentioned already before, it's only $300 a month. Mojo Skip Tracing is $59 a month. So that still leaves you with $97, $98 out of your $300 budget. So we have Mojo Skip Tracing. We have PropStream. We have Mad REI Reply. We have Podio. With your other $97 that's left, I would have you use Print Genie. And let me go there and show you Print Genie. Mad Print Genie. I love this platform. You're able to basically send out direct mail to your individuals, your sellers, in a cohesive way where it allows you to follow up. And that's the key. It looks like it's taking a little bit long to load. That's because I got a lot of windows opened up. So hopefully it will open up in a quick minute. But the actual app is called Mad REI Reply. It's a killer. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think you will love it too. Oh man, looks like we are frozen. There we go. We're good to go now. Okay, it's going back. As soon as it loads up, I will show you guys. But like I mentioned, it's that $97. You could use that for sending out direct mail, postcards, and so on within the system. It will do all of the above that I just mentioned, and it will automatically follow up. I think it only costs probably something like 47 cents to send out a postcard. I think it's 68 or 71 cents to send out a handwritten yellow letter, first class stamp, envelope, handwritten. So that's how powerful that system is. And that easily $49 a month goes into that. You're only now you have your money that allow you to do your direct mail. You're able to do text messaging. You're able to do ringless voicemail. You're able to pull lists. You're able to do skip tracing. So you have all of the essential things that you need in your business all lined up, just inside of the one platform. It's a killer. It is a killer. I'm telling you guys, you can't do any better with direct mail than Mad Print Genie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the applause. Now, next question comes from Greg. What are the best areas that you like investing in? Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. I appreciate the nice information. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The best areas I like investing in is, let's see, all areas where I can make money. Okay. No, that's not a what you call it, a strong answer. All areas that I like to make money. Yes. I like making money in all areas that are what you would consider as bread and butter neighborhoods. So bread and butter neighborhoods is neighborhoods that you would not mind living in. And I'm not talking about if you had $1 million income. I'm talking about a normal neighborhood that you would not have a problem with your family living in. That's what I consider a bread and butter neighborhood. Now, if you're asking zip codes, hey William, what's up, my friend? The Subject to King is on the broadcast. How you doing, William? Hope all is well. William, make sure you put in that chat box, my friend, information about your event that you have coming up in September. And by the way, my wife and I will be there as presenters. So thank you, William, for being on this broadcast. Definitely let people know about that event you're having in September. I recommend each and every one of you guys. William will put the information here, how you can find out more. Now, back to the question. What zip codes would I like to invest in? Zip codes that I like to invest in. If you say Baltimore, which is my main market, I'm going to give you about 10 zip codes. Write them down. You can't go wrong in these zip codes. These are my most powerful money-making zip codes. Not all of them, though, but some of my most powerful money-making zip codes that you can go and get information. For wholesale deals, you got them in these zip codes. Rehab deals, you got them in these zip codes. Buy and hold deals, you got them in these zip codes. I'm going to give them to you all right now. Okay. 21213. Love that zip code. Medium income, medium house in that area. There's anywhere between 130 to 220,000 for detached properties. Get in at some great points. Get in at 50,000, 70,000. Great areas for wholesaling, rehabbing, and buying and holding. 21206, 21214, 21217, 21215. Now, 21217, 16, and 15 are areas that you got some good areas in those zip codes. You got some great areas in those zip codes. But you also have some, I better not go there at night areas in those zip codes. So be very careful about those 3 zip codes. I love Baltimore County, 21213, Baltimore City. I like 21214. I like 21229. I like 21218. I like 21234. I like 21239. Catonsville, Randallstown. These are all areas that you will be set if you get good deals in these areas. I'm going to tell you right now, they are powerful areas that you guys will have great opportunity getting deals. So those are my favorite zip codes in Baltimore City, Baltimore County. Definitely check them out. William, you are absolutely right, my friend. We are going to rock the Big Easy in September. We will be in New Orleans. It won't be Mardi Gras, but we will be down in New Orleans in September for the Big Easy event being put on by Mr. William Tinkle. Now, let's see, next question. As a landlord, is it best to have Section 8 tenants, or should I use another source to find tenants? Let me tell you something. I've always, and through all the rentals I've owned, and we're talking about hundreds of rentals. At one point in time, we was the largest minority owner of rentals in downtown Baltimore. Over 250 units. So my preferred tenant has always been the one that's going to pay the rent every month. So I don't get me wrong. There's a big misconception, or should I say misconception, that Section 8 tenants are terrible. Man, you better watch out for Section 8 tenants. They are bad for your business. They're going to destroy your property. Bull crap. Any and every tenant could and possibly destroy your property. The key to keeping your landlording, your rentals in good condition is choosing, vetting, and then following up with your tenants once your property is rented. So it starts with the beginning process. What are you doing to qualify the tenants? Are you calculating their income to debt ratio for non-Section 8 tenants? Or are you just putting in anybody who has a pulse that could rent your property? No. There are ways in which it should be done right. So to answer your question, all tenants are good tenants if you have the right process in place to vet and manage the tenant. Section 8 tenants are no worse than any other tenants. As a matter of fact, I would give Section 8 tenants a little bit of a nudge, especially if you're talking about these landlords right now who's going through this COVID situation where they have tenants that are not paying rent, but yet they're collecting that guaranteed rent each and every month. Why? Because they have some type of subsidized tenant in the property. So do that mean that Section 8 is better? Well, it depends on the circumstance. If you have a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, then yes, you could easily say that having a Section 8 tenant could be a better tenant because the rent is guaranteed. So keep that in mind. All tenants have their faults. All tenants have their advantages. It's just a matter of finding and choosing the right tenant to work with. William says, we had several Section 8 properties when I lived in Macon, Georgia. Make those houses just a little bit nicer than the average Section 8 property. Select your tenants carefully, and they will do the best to make sure they can stay in your house. I agree with you, William, 100%. Not to mention, if they don't, think about this. If the Section 8 tenant messes up your property, they could lose their voucher. So that's another incentive for them to take care of your property. Don't play that Section 8 lying game, guys, because there's a lot of misinformation about Section 8 tenants, and we're going to give it to you live in effect, the right effect here today. Tammy Blair and Charles Blair, the mad scientist. Keep those questions coming. I'm on a roll right now. Thank you, Rick, for the questions. William, thank you for contributing all that great information. I greatly appreciate it, man. Who else? Who else got questions out there? Let me see. Let's see. Who else? David says, thank you, sir. Thank you. Rick, we got that one. Troy says, awesome content. Sean, nice information. Thank you. A lot of you have been asking the question, Charles, when will the meetup start happening again? And we're talking about live in-person meetups. Well, I think for our company, for my wife and I, we're probably looking at sometime in June for us to start going back live again on a limited basis. What does that limitation looks like? Well, it depends on what they're considering as the amount of people that are allowed in a event type environment. Hopefully, I think it will be by time June gets here, it'll be 50 to 75%, if not 100. So we're probably looking at all things working out well, knock on wood, having that start back up with live meetup events for our Real Deal meetup in June. We are currently in the process of putting the plans together. We are currently working on criteria for what that's going to look like. And we are desperately missing you guys. But we also look forward to having you in a safe and healthy environment. That's the key. Any other questions? Rick says, let's see. If a seller wants to cancel a contract, should you just cancel it and move on, or push the issue because you have a leaving and binding agreement? That's a great question. And I'm going to give you an answer to that question based on yours truly experience. I actually had a deal where the seller wanted to back out of the contract. And this was a very, very, very profitable deal. Long-term gain, or should I say long-term profit, well over $1 million. So this was a very profitable deal that had a large upside. And the seller said, I want to back out. I don't want to do this contract anymore. They signed it. The seller was an investor. Now, the reason that the seller wanted to back out of the deal is because the person who wholesaled the deal to us, the seller didn't like. The seller didn't trust. So at the closing table, the seller said, I'm out of it. I'm gone. I'm not doing this deal. I'm backing out. I refuse to do business with that guy over there. I don't want to do business with him. So we had to make a decision, my partner and I. We had to decide, do we give up this big, voluptuous profit, or do we just sit back and let the seller walk away? Here's what we decided. we decided to pursue legal actions. So we sued the seller. The cost to go through lawyers in the court system and the cost was over $80,000 on this deal. That's before we even closed. $80,000 worth of legal costs before we even closed. Case gets in front of the judge. Judge gives you a ruling. The ruling is, seller, you must sell. This is a legal binding contract. You must sell that deal to Mr. Blair and his partner. We were happy. We were jubilant. It cost us over $80,000, but we got the deal closed and we won the actual suit. Now, ask me, Charles, what would you do today? Well, I'm going to tell you based on my experience going through this. If the seller is a real estate investor, I have no problem suing the seller for non-performance if the profit and the deal is worth it. However, if that seller is a homeowner and you're trying to force that homeowner to go through with that contract, there's a good chance that if you put that in front of a judge, that judge will rule against you because you are looked upon as an expert who has taken advantage of that poor little old homeowner. And if you do that, if you go down that path, you could be stored for a rude awakening. So definitely, to answer the question, it depends. If it's an investor and the profit is large enough, then yes, definitely, I would go through that process, that filing of court case of non-performance. If it is a homeowner, then no. I'm going to let little old homeowner back out of the contract. I get my earnest money deposit back. No harm, no foul. Now, you could threaten to sue at the beginning stages of the person saying that they're going to back out, but I would not go through the full court system and sue a homeowner for non-performance. That's just me. I'm not saying it should be you, but that is just how I would handle that. William, you are welcome, my friend. Thank you. Let's see. Rick, thank you. Michael Hendo Henderson wants to know, Charles, how do I get in the mastermind? Well, Michael, the details for the mastermind can be found at moremastermind.com. That's moremastermind.com. Let's see. Miss Jackie wants to know, hi, Charles. My question is about Comping multifamily properties. Is it done the same way as single family? Miss Jackie, that's it depends answer, but most of the time, if it's multifamily, I'm going to take the income approach based on the actual expenses, based on the income coming in the property, and so on. These are the ways in which I am going to determine whether or not this is a good deal. I'm going to look at the expenses. I'm going to look at the income. I'm going to look at the income to debt ratio. I'm going to look at the actual cap rate on these deals, depending on if we're in a class A, class B, class C, class D neighborhood. So the answer is more likely no. You're not going to use the same equation that you use when you are looking at multifamily properties to comp out. Now, if you're at a 2-unit or 3-unit, you plan on keeping it at a 2-unit or 3-unit, I would definitely still go into the income approach. But if you are looking at taking that property from that use, 2 or 3 units, and putting it back to a single family house, then yes, you can use that approach to measure or not whether or not it's better doing single family or better doing income multi-family properties. Great property, great question, Miss Jackie. Thank you for that one. PropStream is a great tool to use finding comps, so I agree with you. Keep those questions coming in. I know a lot of you have been asking Charles, when are you, Tammy, going to go back doing the cruise again? That's a good question. In this current environment, we're probably looking at no sooner than 2023. I'm being honest with you. I just don't think that we will be doing the real deal meetup cruise again no sooner than 2023. Because typically at this point, marketing, and we don't, so we definitely don't look to see real deal meetup cruising beginning sooner than 2023. So keep that in mind. Everything is relevant to what the CDC says is available when it comes to cruising and how that system or how that process will look in the future. So we are all here to help you guys through all your needs. As a matter of fact, if you guys are looking to travel in the near future, you know my wife is a travel agent. You can reach out to her and she'd be happy to take care of you, provided it's a safe environment. So I'm here for you. We are all here to make sure that you and your family are prosperous, generous, and basically living the type of life you wish to lead. Man, I can't believe we have already came upon an hour already. We've got all the questions. Miss Jackie has another question. It's a Class C neighborhood 4-unit. Thank you for that. Now, typically in Class C neighborhoods, you should expect a higher cap rate and higher return because of the neighborhood. So in Class C neighborhoods, returns of 12, 15, 18% isn't unheard of. So keep that in mind. That cap rate in those neighborhoods could be great, but you have to weigh it against. You have to weigh it against the type of clientele in the neighborhood in which you are going to be in. Typically, a Class C neighborhood isn't the best neighborhood, but it all is relevant to the area of the country and the location where you are at. But yes, you can find great opportunities in Class C neighborhoods, but you do have the issues of that neighborhood to deal with when it comes to finding quality tenants. The Wise Man Investment just gave me a bunch of boom. I got me a bunch of bags of money. Thank you, Wise Man Investment. I appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Rick Ray says, Charles, what areas in Baltimore do you consider Class A? I'll be honest with you. Federal Hill, Canton, most parts of Mount Vernon. I mean, if we're talking high level, we're talking multifamily, we're talking areas that we know that are great, not having a problem selling. You got areas, some areas of Butchers Hill. So these areas are all that I would consider a Class A neighborhoods. How you doing, Wise Man? Let me know what you've been up to, man. Definitely, definitely, definitely appreciate the love and support. Definitely love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we've passed the 1 hour mark. And if there are no longer, good morning, Mr. Wise Man. If there are no longer, oh, he says Pigtown. Pigtown, I think Pigtown has some good areas that could be Class A. But also, oh, you're in Pigtown right now. Okay, thank you, my brother. So we are at the 1 hour and 8-minute mark. We are now using a tool called Melon to broadcast. I hope you guys are feeling it, because I'm telling you right now, I am really feeling Melon as I speak. This is the first time I'm using it to do live streaming, and it is great. So you guys will be seeing us live stream more often. Get your questions answered more often, and get you guys in the ready realm to really start doing deals. I'm going to close this with what I talked about in one of my videos. We are killing it right now, guys. We are killing it with the bad credit list. We've got another deal under contract with the bad credit list. And this one is a subject to deal that my lead agent went to this morning, actually. So definitely do not sleep on that bad credit list. It is a game changer when it comes to a list that is not highly populated through all the different sites that sell list. So I think that's another one of the reasons why this list site is working so well, is because everybody don't have it. So definitely take a look at the bad credit list. Final question of the day, I believe, comes from Mr. Harold Humphrey. And Harold wants to know, how do you approach someone for the first time for a virtual JV deal? Well, that's easy, Harold. I will, and the way we do it is we let the person know what we are going to bring to the table. We have opportunities in all of the different states that we're investing in. First thing I would find out is, what market are you dealing with? In fact, I'm going to approach you right now, Harold. If you have any deal opportunities in any of the markets that we're interested in, Maryland, DC, Virginia, Houston, Ohio, Jacksonville, Florida, or if you're in one of the areas that we're not in, please reach out to us. We would love to talk to you about joint venturing on these opportunities. We have buyers nationwide, and anybody who is on this broadcast, if you have deals or opportunities reach out to us because we have buyers nationwide. And we would be happy to joint venture with you. Now, there's a couple of guidelines I like that we love when it comes to joint venturing. And these are the guidelines that I like. One, I don't want to have your junk. In other words, if it's a deal that you've tried to market for the last 2 weeks and you couldn't find a buyer, and it was a bad deal, meaning that all your people who reached out to you said, Charles, then I didn't want to buy the deal because your numbers don't make sense, or the deal ain't this, or the deal ain't that. Those aren't the deals that we want to joint venture with. No. We want to joint venture with the deals where they're good, the numbers are good, but you want to get the highest dollar for that property because our buyers are the highest buyers in the country. We have buyers in almost all 50 states, and they are buying today. So if you have great or good deals, not stuff where your comps are wrong, not stuff where your rehab costs are wrong, not stuff where there are outlines of dead bodies on the ground and don't nobody want to walk in that neighborhood. We don't want those. But if you have good opportunities, I want you to reach out to us. And you can reach out us to and you can reach out to us at deals at chuckysellsmore.com. That's deals, DEALS at Chucky, CHUCKY, sells, SELLS, more, MORE.com. Send us your deals, your opportunities you have in these different markets, and we'd be happy to joint venture. And my friend Hurl, that's how I would approach people to joint venture. I hope that helps. Okay, guys, it's been fun, but my wife is calling me right now. I got to get off of this call right now. I could talk all day long, as you know. I want to thank each and every one of you again for being on this broadcast. Give me some big thumbs up if you found the content good. If you found the content bad, okay, I understand completely. I can't make everybody happy. You know, I'm not Mr. Everything Man for everybody. Thank you, wise man. You have a great weekend as well, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. All my peeps on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your support. Man, you guys came out, showed out, and you are here. In our prayers, in our love, and we appreciate it all. This is Charles Blair, the mad scientist, signing out. Bye-bye.